I've been working on my game for over a year now, and while I've had an influx of ideas when it comes to rules, categories, and concepts, etc., the thing I've struggled with the most is defining my ideas in a way that satisfies me, especially when it comes to world building. I know what my monsters will do in my game, and technically, I knew what they are, but I had yet to capture their essence, their vibe, the thing that would make them stand out. You know, the factor that will let you know as soon as you look at them, yes, this is a Daimon. In the story, Daimon is not exactly captured. It's a creature that forcefully gets materialized, given the right circumstances. While the term is of Greek origin, I'm also inspired by Islamic jinn, or genies, some Hebrew mythology, and old heresies. I love old heresies. Daimon are not good or bad in nature necessarily. See, what that depends more on external circumstances. Just like real ancient times, there is something called humor theory or humorism. Only in this case, instead of pseudoscience, it's a real phenomenon. I've gone in depth about the subject in my Making a Medical TCG videos, so I'm not gonna go into detail here. What you need to know is that these humors or fluids that correspond to the four elements combine to determine your temperament through heat and moisture. The same goes for diamonds. The characters in the story manipulate these factors to basically modify the diamonds to their liking for the purpose of helping them with certain tasks. That brings me to today's subject, the Shamir. The Shamir Larva can be categorized as a builder, but it can also be destructive. It's a radioactive worm that eats through most materials. It's a Virgo, which is ruled by the planet Mercury. The one I'm drawing is its first form, its solid state. And just like the metal Quicksilver, otherwise known as Mercury, the Shamir larva is toxic, and that is reflected in its card effects, that give you an option between the passive and erotic temperaments. And these are wildly different. Most cards in the game will allow for this branching effect, where you transform a diamond through manipulating and abusing the laws of thermodynamics, and their two different temperaments lead to them transforming into two separate creatures. However, only heat can turn a solid to a liquid, And if you want to transform your Shamir Larva to its next form, its liquid form, you can only do that through the neurotic temperament, the combination of fire and earth, which results to dryness. The Shamir larva is now encased in a cocoon, heavily armed with horns and sharp spikes of silver. Fitting, since its zodiac sign is Cancer, a sign infamous for its overprotective nature. In tarot decks, Cancer is a sign associated with the card, the Chariot of the Major Arcana, an armored figure with two horses, or often depicted with other types of mounts. Since pupa is a product of neurosis, it has to look the part. I wanted it to look sturdy, hard, almost immovable. While designing its 3D model, I've made its horns look like a hazy type of glass, and I placed green lights inside its body, giving it the impression that high amounts of radiation are emitting from its soft core. By the way, the reason I'm making 3D models before doing the final drawing is that I want to have them available in case I want to do animations. I also like to create them as references, not only for form, but also to achieve that old computer graphics lighting that I adore. Unlike Shamir Larva, pupa can transform into two different versions, since its temperament choices both allow for an increase in heat. So, in the next art video, we're gonna explore these two possibilities and where they can take us.